Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kristen Kephart, and I'm the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister here. Currently, all of our offerings are online. We are virtual. So please check out our website at www.cslcamarillo.org to find out who we are and what we got going on. I do want to let you know that if you are a first-time visitor, that we are radically inclusive and spiritually progressive. Radically inclusive means everyone is welcome. So you are welcome here. If you've ever felt turned away from other spiritual centers or religious centers, you're welcome here. So check us out. If it's a good match, reach out and we'll connect. And with that, this month is November, and this whole month we're talking about cosmic connections. Connections meaning that we are always connected with the one thing that is bigger than us, and we are also connected with one another. So cosmic connections is what we're talking about for November, and I'm excited you're here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited that I'm gonna turn this over to Jennifer and Michael so they can open us up in sweet surrender. Open it up in sweet surrender. Blessings. Take it away, Michael and Jennifer.
Good morning, Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. It is wonderful to be with you today. I'm Jennifer Russell.
I'm Michael Gale.
And we're so grateful to be helping this service move along in the music. So let's start by opening up our hearts in sweet surrender. Let's just come into that open heart, absolutely anchor in that cosmic connection of all there is, the allness, the isness of this magnificent presence I am. I love and adore you. Oh, and let's open up our hearts to each other. Good morning, beloved. Welcome.
Now it's time for our affirmation. And I would like you to close your eyes, or at least down gaze, and just let me read this affirmation to you the first time. And then once you've taken in these words, go ahead and open your eyes or return them up and say the affirmation with me. So if you will, go ahead and just get into your comfortable position, closed eyes or eyes gazing down, and just listen to my voice reading this simple but powerful affirmation to you. Okay. I am whole. I am healed. I am loved. I forgive. And I am forgiven. Just breathe that in, breathing in and out. And really let it sink in. And now open your eyes, or just lift your eyes up and read this with me. I am whole. I am healed. I am loved. I forgive. And I am forgiven. Breathing in again and breathing out. So it is. Blessings, love. Today, I want to take a moment and read our global vision. So I always suggest that you just relax, close your eyes if you feel like you want to, but just really center in and listen to these words, because our global vision is exactly what these times need. And it is a really beautiful statement of what we believe in, which is we see a world that works for everyone, where all life is honored as expressions of the divine, where people live according to spiritual truth, where humanity awakens to spiritual magnificence, where humanity rediscovers personal creative power, where we live as one global family, where kinship with all life prospers, where unity and connection is emphasized, where forgiveness is the norm, where spiritual guidance is valued, where we are called to conscious social action, where people have enough food, homes, and a sense of belonging, where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all, where resources are valued, cared for, and shared, where communities are meaningfully involved in service to the world, where there is a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, creativity, art, and aesthetics. We are the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, and this is our global vision. Have a beautiful day, loves. Here we are together. Welcome. This beautiful day here as we look out at the beach of Ventura, California. It is so good to come together. As I film this, it is the beginning of a new day, new possibilities, new opportunities to experience the divine presence, to experience the one, because truly that is only and ever the one thing happening, and that's God. As we look out here upon the ocean, we see the rhythm of the ocean. And we know it is a blessing that often goes overlooked. How beautiful this ocean is. And how beautiful our planet is. And so I'm very grateful to know that I am a part and one with the one, as are you. And so on this day, I speak a blessing as consistent as the tides rolling in and out. I speak this blessing upon the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, that we are always and in all ways in the flow. I speak a blessing and a praise of gratitude for the message Reverend Kristen will share with us today. I speak a blessing and a thank you for the beautiful music that we'll hear from Jennifer and Michael. It is always uplifting. It uplifts us together. speak a blessing into each one of your lives. And for a moment, just take a look at the ocean and know that your supply is always and in all ways being provided for in your finances, in your health, in your relationships. It is as consistent as the ocean. It is grounded like the earth. And so know that blessings flow within, through you, and around you at all times. My loves, I'm so blessed to be here with you in our virtual reality, taking this time to be together. And so I release this prayer right into the universe, and say it with me, please. And so it is. Amen.
Rumi wrote these amazing words, "Come, whoever you are." Come, whoever you are. Come,
So good morning, everybody. I noticed in my welcome, I said it was November. Let me backtrack. It's really October. We're in a time of no time, and I unconsciously skipped time. So I welcome myself and I welcome you back to October. It is October 18th this morning, and we're here today. We're here to gather as a community. We're here to gather and remind each other who we really are and still connecting in this time of social distancing. So we're always here for you. So when I say we here at Camarillo that that you are loved, that you are seen, you are loved and you are seen here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And you're honored. And in honoring you today, I've heard from a lot of you this past week that you're having some challenging times. I'm having some challenging times. So today's talk title is a bridge over troubled waters. So I'm going to wrap all that in and also talk about which seems to be a pretty good percentage of a lot of us having the same feelings. So this week I've heard I can't concentrate. I'm worried. I'm in fear. I'm in fear over the election. I'm in fear over the coronavirus. I'm in fear. I'm in fear of my values are being overlooked, and I can go on and on and on and on and on. But if you resonate with any of those things, what I want to remind us is that regardless of circumstance, nothing has changed when it comes to our connection, our cosmic connection, or our connection with spirit and what we believe. So nothing inside of me, the things that I can control, haven't changed. If they've changed, it's because my connection, my relationship with spirit has gotten stronger. And that is because we have to continuously work at it, especially in challenging times. So things like things that I can control. My positive attitude, turning off the news, finding something fun to do, limiting my social media time, my kindness and grace. I have control over that. I can control my own social distancing, even if there are peer pressures. I can control that. Those are things that I can control and things that I can focus on. Okay? The things I can't control, if people are following social distancing or not, if the upcoming election and all the other stuff that's brewing and going on, I don't have to engage in that. I only engage in things that I can control. I only engage and try to stay in this present moment. This present moment to get through to the other side of that feeling, that other side of that of fear. Okay. And I totally know what it feels like when your values feel like they're being taken away from you or taken away in a bigger setting. So values for the center, or values for my ministry. I've talked about this lots before. The acronym is LIT, L-I-T. So it's love, integrity, and transparency. Well, if I'm feeling areas in my life or in the center where it's not love, that doesn't jive with my values. So I work on restoring or removing what doesn't feel, or look like love. Integrity. Integrity is huge. Integrity and transparency. So here, if either of those values are out of sync, and if it's my work to do, I do what I need to do to bring me back to center, to bring me back into balance, so I can control the things that I can control, instead of going out here and trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future and figure out, etc., just to figure it out. And I'm not saying by any means to not do things that make you feel comfort. It's not what I'm saying at all. Claim back your freedom. Claim back what you know to be true. Ernest Holmes talks about freedom being your birthright. It is each and every one of our birthrights, freedom. And freedom, just like every other value, or just like every other, to me, that's bigger than a value. It's a right. It is a right as a human being on this planet. It's a right as being in connection with one another. It's a right. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling freedom? Are you feeling any flow of freedom in your life right now? Focus and control that piece of it. Okay? And other kinds of values, okay? Now I have to get a piece of paper so I can read this to you. But here are some other values to look at. Commitment, compassion, loyalty, motivation, courage, open-mindedness, passion, patriotism, positivity, efficiency, education, environmentalism, good humor, honesty, innovation, spirit of adventure, consistency. And I could go on and on. You get the point. Those are our values, the core values. And this morning, Susan read our global vision. So those are our values for here at Centers for Spiritual Living. Our global umbrella. Those are our values. And when our values aren't recognized, or we have a sense that our values aren't being recognized, there's a discord. There's a discord. And as we know, we can't change anybody else but ourselves. So we're in this moment of change. What do I need to do so I can get my mind back in balance, back in center, back at peace? What can I do to get that back? And that is meditation, and that is prayer. Walking meditations. There's so many tools that we have that we just need to begin them. And someone said the other day, well, it's really simple, but it's not easy. So in the simplicity of what I'm speaking this morning, heart to heart to you, sounds overly simplified. And you're the only one that can put it in action in your life. So the other day, I was feeling not in control of the things around me, because I am not in control. So I was trying to figure out a way to release that knowingness that I'm not in control and do something creative with it. So enjoy this little video of doing something that I can't control. We'll be right back with you.
I know you don't think you matter. One voice won't make it better. But standing in a crowd is louder. This is our superpower. Everybody wants to speak their mind. Yes, so many will stand by us. 4 years go the talk on the streets, that nobody is ever listening. And why would anybody hear me if I was just a cog in the machine? If everybody thought they were small, then why should anybody speak at all? Everybody wants to speak their mind, yet so many will stand by as 4 years go by. We can't shout it from the rooftops, we can't scream it loud enough, stop. We can write it down on our notes. Everyone get out and go vote, go vote. Let's make this the biggest turnout yet. Every American on the continent. I want you to shout it from the rooftops. Let's all scream it loud and non-stop. Let's all write it down on our notes. Everyone get out and go vote, go vote. Shout it from the rooftops. Let's all scream it loud and non-stop. Let's all write it down on our notes. Everyone get out and go vote, go vote. Tell everyone you know, go vote. See you at the polls, go vote. I'm mailing your votes, go vote. I'm bringing in the votes, go vote. So go rock the vote.
So yes, the one thing I can control, or one of the things that I can control, is I can vote. You can vote. Your voice matters. You matter on this planet. We are unique individual expressions of God. We all matter. Your values matter. They matter to you. And voting is one way where we can express and send our vote to be counted based on our values. Okay?
That was easy.
That was easy. But really, it's simple and not just easy. So those are the things of bringing yourself back to center, bringing yourself back before, let's say 2 years ago or 6 years ago, what you knew as a religious scientist. What you knew, that my thoughts become things, that my attitude matters, that I am a full expression of the one. I am one with the one. I am that. So all of those that you can embrace, as much as you can embrace, it is. So if I believe, one of my beliefs is that I am one with the one, and I am always guarded and guided and throughout my life in all ways, in every aspect. And I step forward into my day with that knowing. My day, my being, who I am, actually reflects out into the world. And it does make a difference. It truly, truly does make a difference. So back to today's talk title, which is Bridge Over Troubled Waters, which reminds me of Simon and Garfunkel. But anyway, Bridge Over Troubled Waters. What is a bridge? You know, a bridge is a way to get through something. So over here, the freeway overpass. I can't walk across the freeway. Okay, that's not a safe way to get through. But there is a bridge. There are bridges that are built by humans, but we have also have bridges within inside us to help us or give us a pathway to get safely from one point to the other. So if I'm going through something super difficult, and I go through my body and like the worst thing that I can come up is, like my biggest fear is I'm gonna die. I am gonna die. Or I'm not gonna have a choice. the only way, because you can hear want from everybody else on this planet, but the only way to walk through that fear to get to the other side is for you and myself to do the work. So in the past, what has happened as I'm walking through and I start out cringing, like everything is like, I want to save myself. And fear's casting me back saying, you don't want to go in there. It's Halloween time. So think of something super scary. I don't want to go, but you got to go. I don't want to go, but I got to go. I got to go. If something is going to move in my life and shift, I got to do it. So I step forward like this and forward. And as I'm getting through the other side and I look back, and what I realize is my biggest fear that I was going to die, or that my values, that something was going to be taken away from me. I recognize when I get to the other side, that's not the case. Hurrah, I'm here. I survived. I survived getting over that crazy monkey in my mind that's telling me that I'm not worthy or I don't deserve my own freedom. Freedom is a birthright. So another way to get through or to walk through that bridge, whether you're guided or you're doing it from within, is the big topic of forgiveness. Forgiveness of not only ourselves, but others whom we feel might have harmed us in some way. Or in this physical body, in this physical time, it was harm. But there is something bigger. There is something bigger than all of that. And that is where our affirmation comes in. I am whole. Regardless of what's happening right here and right now, I am spiritually whole. You are spiritually whole. We are love. We are compassion. We are beauty. We are creativity. We are all these things. And today, I embrace as much as I can. And in my reflection, I forgive myself. I start with forgiving myself. I forgive myself for holding myself back all of these years. I forgive myself for an action that I might have done 30 years ago. I forgive myself. I let the past be the past and I move forward. And if the thing I'm forgiving myself for includes another person, and if that person is since passed on and made their transition in this life, go into prayer or go into meditation or listen to Jennifer and Michael's song, Ho'oponopono. There's a lovely video out on YouTube of Ho'oponopono. And I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. And do it over and over and over until the stress, the stuff that you've created in your body relaxes so you can move forward in your life. If the person is still on this planet and you're willing, reach out and make amends. What is that? What does the amends look like to you? So talk about saddling up and being ready to take on something that's in the past, but you want to make amends. And what I've noticed, what happens with me is things that I've carried and are huge burdens in my life I'll say something to the person who was in that moment, and they're like, it wasn't me. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was you. So sometimes what we believe isn't true. It's just not true. Okay? If there is something, if you have caused harm to another human being, words can be harsh and cut like a knife. And if you're holding on to something that you spoke to someone yesterday or 50 years ago, then that is holding you hostage. You're holding yourself hostage with words. Reach out. You could do it in a letter. Write that person a letter. You can pick up the phone and have a conversation. And one thing that I've learned about forgiveness is once I ask somebody for forgiveness and I say, please forgive me. I love you. I meant no harm. And yet you feel harmed. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. The fourth thing is, what is it that I can do for you to help you forgive me? What do you need from me to make this right for you? Give the person the opportunity to tell you, which goes back to the value, one of the values, transparency and compassion, or two of the values, transparency and compassion. What can I do for you so we can release this and move on from our minds? That's not saying that we're going to gather and be close-knit family again, or best friends again, or cozy neighbors again. You're just simply making whole that exchange. And we also know that forgiveness is an inside job. So that's why we begin with ourselves, and we start there. We start there. And it's amazing how, if you do your work, how your life actually starts to reflect the work that you've done. It's lighter. There's more creativity. You're attracting more people in your relationships. You're more abundant in relationships and finances. You actually start feeling better. That pain in your gut that just makes you like cringe is gone. All of these are just examples. All of these are just examples of the freedom that you can have, that I can have, once I can wrap my arms around it and understand that I can't even wrap my arms around it because my good is my God and my God is my good, as Emma Curtis Hopkins said. That I want to be open and willing to accept all my good. And that's not taking away from your good. There's enough for you too. So why not open up and say, I'm going to take all my good. And I am going to be cognizant or remind myself often what my values are. What do I really believe? You can, if you're unsure, you can start with the global vision of Centers for Spiritual Living, or go through some of the words that I just shared. What are the 3 top most important things for you? My ministry, most important things: love, integrity, and transparency. I stand in that, and then my day, my month, my year is better because I can control my values. Okay, so if you are feeling anything other than experiencing your freedom right now, do your work. Do your work. You are religious scientists. We have been called to this moment to be prayer warriors, to hold the space, because we all know change is always happening. Change is constant. And I do know that the only way to is through. So we're going to use that bridge. We're going to use that bridge of forgiveness inside of us. We're going to use that bridge to cross safely over a freeway. We are going to use the tools that are around us to help us blossom and be the best that we can be. So when I show up, and at the end of the day, I can say I'm grateful for, and I make my list, but I can also say, today I did my best. And you know what? Your best is the only thing that we can do. So do your best. And with that, I just am so grateful to have been with you today. So right now, please join me in prayer. However you want to receive this prayer, standing up, sitting down, eyes open, eyes closed, arms out, hands out, hands back, holding it up to send that energy through you and then through your entire house, your entire city, your entire state, the United States of America. And then cast it out even further and let that vibration surround our world. Because we do believe a world that works for everyone. And it begins with us. Oh, how good it is. How good it is to stand here and know the truth. To know the truth that there is one thing, one God, one Spirit, one Mother, Father, one Allah. That is only one. That one thing is the overarching of our planet. And that one thing carries beauty and justice and love and compassion and abundance. It's all there. And as I speak for we, I stand here today knowing that I am that presence, that all of those words and values run through, in, and as me, as they run through, in, and as you. I open up my mind and my willingness to embrace myself with that only thing that there is. And today I see it as energy. Today I see it as light. I see it as love. And as that energy is moving and in between us in this air, that energy that we can't see, today I feel it. I open up and I'm like, yes, Spirit and I are one. So right here and right now, I claim for each and every one of us that our relationships with ourselves grow stronger. Our relationship with Spirit continues to go stronger. That our relationship with others, when I stand up and I know what my values are, I attract those same people, those same types of people in my life. Values of love and integrity and transparency, that is what comes forth in my life. And laughter. And I know for each and every one of us that are in this fear, this idea of fear, that we snap out of it, that we're okay. Right here and right now, we are okay. All of our needs are met. So I snap out of it and I focus on the things that I control. I don't snap out of it and just block it away and say it's not there. That would be spiritual bypass. I recognize it's there and I'm going to go back to what I know and I can control. And I do that. I do that one step at a time. In the glory of God, one step at a time. And I know for our body temples, if we're experiencing health issues, that it's divine right action, that we sit and know that our bodies are powerful, that our bodies can circumvent and figure out new ways to do things versus the old way it was born to do. There is intelligence and it figures it out. And if the only way to figure it out is to take medicine, homeopathic or prescribed, that too is spirit, that too is God, that too is you claiming your freedom as your birthright to be able to move around in this planet as the love and the compassion that I am, that we are. How good is it to know that forgiveness can happen now within me? I forgive. I do my work and I forgive. I forgive the harms. I forgive myself for all of these outrageous, ridiculous things that I thought were so important. I let it go. I forgive myself because each day I do my best. And when you do your best, that is the best that we can do. And that is enough. So with that, I claim love. I claim peace. I hold a prayer for our country as we're going through an election and a global pandemic. That I hold love and compassion even when I don't understand it. I hold love and compassion. Love and compassion. And if there are things to do that I need to do, if it feels like my values, that it's not aligning with my values, I know what to do. I say a prayer, and then I move my feet. I move my feet. There is action. There is action happening, and that action is happening now. How good it is to have this philosophy, this teaching that allows me to just stand in my glory, stand in my knowingness that it's all God, that it's all God. And if I have any grievances, that I lay my swords, I lay it on the altar and just step back and say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. It is no longer needed. Birthright is my freedom, and I've claimed that. I am that. I stand in that. I believe that. I radiate out my love to others. And for that, swords aren't needed. And with such gratitude, I simply release this prayer. I release this prayer into the void, into it's already done in the mind of God, because Spirit only says yes. So I claim love for each of us. I claim that we are reflecting our values, because life is good. Life is grand. And I'm so glad that we can say that together. Life is good and life is grand. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Love ya. See you next week. Be well. Please know that you are honored, you are seen, and you are loved here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. Now it's time for conscious giving. Oh, with the gift that you have for the center today, or an amount that you will be texting in later, please hold that in your mind and to your heart, and join me in saying this affirmation. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving, as I now share my good with life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And how true it is, the law of circulation and knowing our abundance, that truly it is pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Oh, I'm so blessed knowing right now, right this moment, that all my needs are met. All our needs are met. And if you're wondering how you can give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are a 501(c), so it is tax deductible. You can send to our P.O. Box in Camarillo, California, text to give option, or PayPal. All of this information is also in the chat. If you have any questions, please contact our office at 805-484-1137, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Blessings.
It has been a joy to be with you today. Something wonderful is happening through you and through me all of the time. Let's celebrate that together as we close this service today. And I just want to put a big thank you out to practitioners and Reverend Kristen for a wonderful service today. Get up and dance!